Hello, and welcome to the MOR Cast, the intersectionality of motherhood and entrepreneurship. I am your host, Shantae. Thanks for tuning into this Encore presentation of A Leader Being a Follower. Let's get into it. A leader being a follower. A leader being a follower seems like a strange statement. But have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen a person who's built for leadership but is more comfortable as a follower or the second person? I'm not talking about someone who is being mentored. I am talking about someone who is denying their gift or afraid to be their authentic self. What is interesting is that no matter how much they try to hide their gifting and skills, they stick out like a sore thumb. It is reminiscent of middle school, when there's that one bully or there's that one mean girl who leads a group, but within the group you can see that there are people with real leadership qualities, and it's not the bully or the mean girl on top. A leader is defined as someone who commands a group, organization, or country. Conversely, a follower is a person who moves or travels behind someone. Are you a leader trapped in a follower's life? Let's talk about the characteristics of a leader. A leader has drive. A leader has vision. A leader has clarity. A leader has a voice. A leader has a plan. A leader is willing to strike out on his or her own at times because of the vision that's inside of them. I remember being in a group of girls, and it was not the number one or even the number two person who were the true leaders, because the group was about mastering full control of the group. It was about full allegiance. They used tactics of insecurity, fear, manipulation, and control. But they weren't people of vision. They were not really people of drive. They were not people of clarity or insight. They were really not leaders and afraid of anyone showing individuality or leadership skills. They were followers who, because of hurt and pain, decided to never be a follower again. The ironic thing is that there were many people that were following because of fear, intimidation, and bullying. Many of the followers had great leadership qualities, but they just weren't honed yet. Unfortunately, middle school can be a microcosm of the real world, because I have seen these same characteristics and groupings in university settings, in the workplace, and in other communities. Operating in individuals who are not pubescent girls, but amongst full-fledged adults. Where are you today? Are you a leader trapped in a follower's life? Do you know you're a leader? If so, are you operating in your authentic space? If you are a leader who's trapped in a follower's life, I urge you to allow yourself to see yourself in a leadership capacity, to imagine yourself outside of the follower's mindset that has trapped you. Who or what made you think that you are the second person or the third one? Stop denying who you are. Submit yourself to the plan that God has over your life. Say yes to His will. Step out on faith and lead. The fear that comes with leadership is less than the fear that comes with following, especially when you know that you are following and you're being hindered from the plan of God that's over your life. Trust God to bring whatever He said to pass. Remember, Moses didn't see himself as a leader either. He gave God excuses like he had a stammering tongue when he spoke. So God raised up Aaron to be his second and to assist him in the assignment that was over his life. Moses didn't think he could be the first man. However, God used him as the first man, just as God said. God knows what He put inside of each and every one of us. When He calls us to the forefront, it's because He's already placed it inside of us. It's already typed in our DNA. It may not look like what the world calls leadership, but remember, His thoughts are not our thoughts. His ways are not our ways. As high as the heavens are above the earth, that's how far His ways are above our ways, and His thoughts above our thoughts. When it doesn't look like what God is saying, you must pray for your eyes and your ears to be aligned with what God is saying and where He's sending you. Remember, God can't be wrong. And if He can't be wrong, you must be wrong. If He's telling you to do something, it must be, you must be misaligned and you need to line up. I encourage you today to align yourself with where He's sending you. Submit to the process. Now, I know if you've been in this followers package, that sounds kind of cliche, submit to the process. But sis, you can do it. Because if God called you to it, He's going to walk you through it. He's not going to leave you by yourself. Know that God alone will perform what He said and will use what He's placed inside of you. All the experiences, all the encouragement, all of the study time, all the successes, the shortcomings, all of this will come together and assist you in the assignment you're called to in leadership. So throw off the cloak of following and embrace your call to lead. You are no longer the leader trapped in the followers' mindset, the followers' ideas, the followers' life. You are a leader. Step out, follow God, embrace it, be that leader. Until next time. Thanks for tuning in to this Encore episode of the MOR Cast on a leader being a follower. If this episode spoke to you, I invite you to step out of the shadows, sis. Embrace your call to lead. Embrace your space and begin to lead. If you enjoy the MOR Cast, chat with me on Twitter at the MOR Cast. Share it with a friend or become a supporter. Until next time. Need some encouragement? Tune in to Test and Testimonies Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Instagram. Test and Testimonies will have you on the edge of your seat as you witness women sharing their trials and their triumphs. Test and Testimonies Friday nights on Instagram at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Talk Like God. You won't be disappointed, but you will definitely be encouraged.